secondary two for Teachers' Day. I think stepping on the stage for the first time felt very surreal, very exciting. After the Teachers' Day performance, Ms. Tan came into the class, and the first thing that she said was she pointed at me and she said, "Wow, I didn't know that you can rap. I'm pretty shocked." And she said, I think that you have a real talent in this, and you should keep doing what you do and follow your dreams.
So incredible. And I remember Chinese teachers during my time were very strict, right? They never said anything encouraging. All they did was say, you're useless.
Very different.
It was very different. There you go. So this sounds as though it took a lot, to visit them, to surprise them. Tell us what was involved.
Okay, so for me it was three things. So the first one, I had to find out if she was even still teaching in that school. So thankfully she is. And the second thing is that the school was so helpful in helping me to plan the surprise, because I had to get into the hall before everyone else did, because I wanted to surprise them during the morning school assembly. And they even had a little room at the back of the hall for me to hide in. And the last thing is the scariest, because it was a big risk. I didn't know if she would remember me. So I was nervous that I would show up there and she'd be like, "Sorry, who's this?" So if you want to see how the surprise went down, you got to watch the episode.
I guess for me it was very similar as well. We had to contact the school to make sure that, first of all, she had to still be there teaching. And I think most importantly, we were trying to keep the surprise for her to make sure that she doesn't find out beforehand. So the school did a great job in keeping it a secret. And so I went up to the classroom and performed for Miss Tan and some of the students as well. Yeah.
Wonderful. So clearly a lot of work and thought went into this reunion. But why was it so important for you guys to reach out to them and thank them in person after all these years?
Well, I think for me, it sometimes takes many years for you to realize the impact that your teacher has on you. And I thought it was an important time for me to tell Madam Sharifah that, you helped me so much in gaining confidence in shaping the person I am today. And I'm grateful for that chance to do that.
And likewise for me, I think that teachers help shape the foundation of our youth, and it helps set the foundation for our future as well. And for me, like right now, I make a lot of Chinese music, and I just wanted to show her and thank her for how far I've come. Yeah.
You know what they're both really thinking, right? Told you so.
I'm so proud of you guys.
All right, Sheila and Yuna, thank you very much. Appreciate you appearing on Asia First.
Thank you.
As always, you can watch on the Red Dots Because You're My Teacher, that episode on how their surprises actually turned out. It premieres tonight at 10 p.m. Singapore Hong Kong time on Channel 5, and tomorrow at 10:30 p.m. on CNA.
Yes, also available on WeWatch or on CNA Insider's YouTube channel. Don't miss it. All right, time for a break now. In the next hour on Asia First, we'll take a look at the rise of so-called influencers in India and how they're facing a clampdown by authorities. Stay with us.
in their 20s and how you interest rate cuts on the horizon. What should savvy savers and borrowers do to prepare? Plus, what is a soft landing and what would it mean for you and your money? Money Mind, Saturday on CNA.
She was the only teacher in secondary school that believed in my dreams.
She was the one who shaped my confidence. I feel like I'm undercover. I have never thanked her. Thank you.
Let's go. I really want to perform the song live for the first time, especially for her. Because You're My Teacher, Season 2, Saturday on CNA. This is Asia First.
Good Friday morning, it's 9 a.m. here in Singapore. I'm Julie Yu. A massive flood swept through parts of Bangladesh, Pakistan, and India, killing scores of people and displacing millions. And the populous countries are among the most vulnerable to the impacts of the human-caused climate crisis. Weather officials say a rare cyclone is building up coastal areas of India and Pakistan, and that could bring heavy rain. And over in Japan, Typhoon Shanshan dumps torrential rain in much of the country, disrupting transport, power, and factory operations. It has weakened to a tropical storm, but officials alert residents to stay vigilant for intense winds, mudslides, and flooding.
I'm Arnold Gay. UN officials say Israel and Hamas have agreed to re-ceasefires in Gaza for polio vaccinations. The three-phase pauses are set to begin this Sunday, with officials hoping to administer shots to at least 640,000 children. Traces of the polio virus were found in the enclave sewage system 2 months ago, paralyzing a 10-month-old and making it the first such case in a quarter of a century. Plus, Kamala Harris gains ground against Donald Trump in a new poll, signaling a turnaround after the Democratic National Convention. She and her running mate Tim Walz have given their first joint interview to a U.S. outlet, which is set to air this hour.
I'm Elizabeth Hill with your business news. A clash between tech billionaire Elon Musk and Brazil's top court judge. Starlink's assets in Latin America's largest economy frozen over the fate of his social media platform X. Musk says he will provide free internet service to users in the country until the matter is resolved. And core consumer prices rise in Japan's capital, Tokyo, raising hopes of further interest rate hikes in the coming months. But first, the torrential rains are wreaking havoc across parts of South Asia, causing widespread flooding and landslides.
More than 18 people have been killed and millions forced from their homes. At least 35 people died in the western Indian state of Gujarat following severe floods. The flooding comes as a cyclone develops in the Arabian Sea, though it's forecast to move away from the Indian coast. State officials said the region received 105% of its average annual rainfall. That's just in the past week. Several rivers and reservoirs have overflowed, with others crossing the danger mark. Locals have been forced to wade through waist-deep waters. Homes and vehicles are submerged and thousands of homes without power.
कमर तक पानी में जिंदगी तबार से करनी पड़ रही है। कोई अंदर आ नहीं रहा, तो मेरे लिए सरकार से विनती है कुछ हमारे लिए कुछ कीजिए।
पानी निकलने का रास्ता नहीं है कुछ नहीं। एक साल हो तो कोई बात है, हर एक साल का एक प्रॉब्लम है।
Army troops have joined relief operations in the worst-hit areas. 95 people were rescued in the past 2 days. The Gujarat remains on high alert as weather officials predict the deluge to continue into the weekend.